Star Wars Resistance Season 2, Episode 10 was titled Kaz's Curse. After Kaz wins a lot of money gambling with the pirates on the station, one of them dramatically claims to curse him. At first he laughs the whole ordeal off, but strange and unlucky things continue happening to him, and Niku credits all of it to the curse. This becomes an actual problem when the Colossus enters an asteroid field within Guavian Death Gang space. It's the fastest way through their territory, and the Aces have to scout ahead to stop any Death Gang members from spotting them. The fireball malfunctions, allowing a scout to escape, and so Kaz finally decides it's time to do something about this curse. So he heads to Mika Gray, who has begun working as a type of fortune teller on the ship. We see her give Bolza a glimpse of his future, but she assures him it only means what he thinks it will mean. She gives Kaz similar advice, providing him with a totem that will ward off the curse as long as he thinks it will. Things briefly start to improve until he realizes he dropped the totem, and instead of panicking, Kaz is able to overcome his obstacles, rally the Aces, and escort the Colossus to safety. This was kind of a weird episode for me. I thought the setup of having to get the Colossus through an asteroid field in Guavian Death Gang territory was pretty cool. There is an established danger and threat, even if it isn't the First Order. It's First Order adjacent, since the gang threatens to turn everyone over to them once captured. The dogfighting at the end of the episode was really well done and exciting, and I thought it was pretty great seeing the Aces start to come together as a squadron. At the start of the season, they weren't good fighter pilots. We're now about halfway through the season, and they capably took on an enemy squadron. Again, they're not as good as the First Order, but we're seeing progress. But all of that stuff that I liked was more of the side story to Kaz's curse. I feel like that should have been switched, or just find another thing for Kaz to be dealing with. The whole curse thing just felt juvenile to me, and I'm willing to be flexible with that because it is a kids show. It just wasn't working for me. That said, I think the message of this story for kids is a good one and relates to one of my favorite lines from Qui-Gon Jinn: "Your focus determines your reality." Once Kaz is cursed, Niku and eventually Kaz start attributing all these bad things to the curse. Most of that is manifested in mishaps for Kaz or malfunctions in the fireball. But the show has established very well that Kaz is insanely clumsy and the fireball is constantly falling apart. So all of these normal things start to be attributed to a curse because that's where Kaz and Niku's anxieties are focused. They're looking for things to confirm that he really is cursed when, of course, we all know that's ridiculous. And eventually Kaz comes to see it. The curse is only real because he gives it power, but once he reasserts himself as the master of his own destiny, things go his way again. I still think the curse wasn't the best way to communicate that theme, at least for me, but I like the message. The things we give our focus and attention to have power over us. We need to be careful where we spend our time and energy because our focus determines our reality. And that's a good thing to remember, not just for kids, but for everyone, especially when things like technology and social media make it very easy to get sucked into a rabbit hole of pessimism, anger, and negativity. Next week's episode is called Station to Station, and it's about Kaz and Niku sneaking into a First Order station to steal some tech, but they run into Tam and General Hux. Finally, we'll be getting back to a First Order related episode. I've said since early on in Season 1, this show works best when the First Order is involved, and their appearances have been shockingly sparse in Season 2, especially after the way Season 1 ended. I'm hoping that as we near the Rise of Skywalker, we'll be picking up steam. But let me know what you thought of Kaz's curse in the comments. If you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and consider checking out our Patreon page. As always, thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.